Hi, welcome back to my channel. I know it's been a little while since I last uploaded, but I have been behind the scenes working on a new book and just kind of figuring out what I want to do next with dashing letters. And today we have a brand new video, which I'm really excited about. It's going to be comparing water brush lettering with regular brush lettering. What are the differences and what are the similarities? Alright, so this is the brush lettering essentials. You just need a brush pen and you just need paper. I recommend using high quality paper, something smooth like the Rhodia for brush lettering. Even when you're practicing, if you're using a brush pen, I really recommend using the paper. Otherwise, you're gonna ruin your brush really fast. And they can get expensive, especially if you have to purchase them over and over again. But there's large brush tips, and then there's medium ones, like the Sharpie stained, and then a small brush pen is the Tombow Food. My favorite brush pen is the Tombow Dual Brush, and also the other new one that I discovered is this Sharpie pen. It doesn't say anywhere brush marker, it's just Sharpie pen, but it's a little brush pen and it's kind of like a medium sized actually. And it just writes so smooth for being a black pen. It is the absolute best black brush pen I've ever found. So if you ever see this in store, I definitely recommend picking a pack up because it will not disappoint you. Alright. So this is the watercolor supplies that you will need. You will need watercolor pigments, you will need a paintbrush, and you will need some sort of palette, and of course you're going to really need some watercolor paper. And for watercoloring, you will also need some lukewarm water and a paper towel. Brush pen is easier to control than a paintbrush, and it will dry faster than the watercolor, and it's going to be quite a bit easier to use. The felt tip on the brush pen is much more firm and easier to control than a paintbrush. You need far less supplies, which is also a huge perk when it comes to brush lettering. To get started with watercolor, you're going to first need to have your supplies ready. You're going to need your pigment. You can use any watercolor pigment. Some just have vibrancies and finishes. It's a little bit more expensive to get started with watercolor because you do need to have the extra supplies. So to get started, it's a little bit more expensive. But what's really nice about watercolor is once you invest in a watercolor palette, your palette will last you a really long time. You won't have to repurchase that for quite a few years, even if you're using it quite often. One of the greatest advantages of watercolor lettering is you actually get to create your own colors because you can mix and match colors. So you can deepen a pink, or you can lighten a blue, or add, green to the blue and give it that teal effect. So you can really get creative and create your own colors. Like I mentioned previously, it's a little bit harder to control the paintbrush. So it takes a learning curve, but you can definitely get the hang of it. It takes a moment for the watercolor to dry, but the finish is gorgeous. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you found this video helpful. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. And if you'd like to see more videos like this, be sure to subscribe. And before I go, I wanted to show you my book. It's a heartfelt guide to brush lettering. And so if you have been struggling to learn how to use a brush pen, then this book is definitely for you. And I have all my tips and techniques along with tons of pages of guides for you to just practice right at home. So it's super fun, and you can check this out in my shop if you're interested. Thank you so much. I hope you have a great day.